hey, I really can do this, and I can start with this with just $1,000. Okay, so all right, so a couple of people on Instagram saying they're having a problem with the link getting in. So let me just message the team, and we will get ready to hop into the morning routine. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get ready to record, and we're going to officially hop into it. All right. All right, let's go here. All right, so welcome everybody to the first ever Money School live day trading room. I'm extremely grateful, extremely honored, and extremely excited that you are here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me today, virtually. And we have people from literally all over the world. People have shared that they are from New York, Florida, Memphis, Italy, Chicago, North Carolina, et cetera, et cetera. So I really, really, truly appreciate you guys. As I mentioned earlier, this is literally being live streamed in the Money School app, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Zoom, and in your Roku platforms, your Android phones, your Apple phones. Like literally, you can have access right now to this streaming everywhere, and that is the power of the Money School app. So I'm very, very excited about that. Okay, so now we're about to hop into my morning routine. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm literally going to walk you through step by step what I do, why I do it, how I do it, and then when we make profits off of it, what we choose to do with that. Okay, so for those of you guys who do not know me, you're just kind of joining because somebody told you to join or you're joining randomly. My name is Dion Pouncil. I am the principal and chief investment officer for Pouncil Capital, which is a systematic hedge fund. Okay. I am also the founder of Money School, which is a streaming app that is available 24/7 in all of your mobile phones, tablets, computers, and favorite streaming platforms. Today, we're going to be doing live trading, and I will be live trading every morning at 7:45 a.m. completely for free for the month of June. Okay. Starting tomorrow, the 9:15 to 11 a.m. equity session is a paid only session. It's a pay per view session. So you can literally just buy one day. Okay. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But today, both sessions are free and you're going to be able to watch and trade alongside me. Okay. So if that makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box and we will get ready to hop into the morning routine. Okay. All right. Cool. So today I'm going to primarily be trading futures. Okay. And I am going to be using my brand new algorithm. It's called the Money School Algo. It is nothing like it on the market. Okay. Let me repeat that. I've created multiple different courses, multiple different technologies, multiple different X, Y, and Z. Money School is brand new. It's completely separate from anything else. The Money School Algo, brand new, completely separate, different from anything else. Okay. So you can take that to heart and you can enjoy these brand new things as I introduce them to you as we've been working diligently on them. Okay. So let me explain what futures are before we get into it. And over the next couple of days, I will also show you how my algo can work on any asset class. It is literally asset agnostic, which means that it can work on stocks, bonds, futures, Forex, crypto, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so today I'm going to be trading futures. I'm going to be sharing my screen here in the live session on my computer. And I'm going to be walking you through how I trade futures. Okay. And we're going to get started around 7:30. But right now, I'm about to walk you through step by step for any and everybody who literally doesn't know anything about futures. By the end of this session, you will at least have an idea, know what they are, know where to locate them, and you will be able to ask questions live and we can engage and make this a fun thing. Okay. All right. So a futures contract, okay, in first and foremost is a contract. So it is a legally binding agreement. where two parties, a buyer and a seller, are agreeing upon a certain commodity that is being traded, and they are agreeing upon what they believe that today's price action or today's trading activity, and they are making their wagers or their bets on how today's trading activity will affect the future price of that commodity. Okay, so let me say that again. A future is a contract where two parties are making a wager on what they believe the price action will be in the future, or the price of that commodity will be in the future based off of today's price action. Okay, if that makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. At the core, that is all a futures is. Okay, a contract between two parties stating what they believe. Somebody think it's going up, somebody think it's going down, and they agree on a price, and the price action of today has a direct impact on the future price. Most of those contracts that we trade quarterly. Okay, so literally one of the reasons that I selected today to go live is because most of the contracts are starting to roll over to the September 2022 contract. So today is June 1st, 2022. And for some of the instruments, we're going to be trading on the September contract. So we're going to be able to make a wager using our algos with a high probability of success on what we think today's action is going to impact September's price, and we're going to be able to get paid on it today. Okay, now if you are not in the Zoom room, or you are not in the Instagram, if you are on YouTube watching this, if you are on Facebook watching this, you may have a 30-second delay between what I am saying and when you are seeing it. Okay, so I want us to be very clear about that. The only way you are really actually seeing me in live near time is in the custom Zoom link or on Instagram. These are going in relatively real time. Okay, so I just want to kind of give that disclaimer as we hop into it, and you may be looking at the markets from other platforms and you may be on social media. So I just want to give that disclaimer out. Okay, all right, so let's hop into it because the algos are set to start trading at 7:30. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we are going to hop into this presentation. Okay, so this is literally my day trading morning routine. So I'm going to give you, this is free game. This is literally what I do every day when I am preparing for the markets. Now, some of this stuff, I'm going to have to do it as a human. And then some stuff I get to a place where I start turning on my algos, and then my algorithms take care of the rest. Okay, so sometimes you might hear me say the word algorithm. Sometimes you might hear me say the word bot, okay? And sometimes you may hear me say the word algo, all right? But they are all the same, okay? I'm just using different words, all right? But they are all the same, okay? So an algo is simply a step-by-step process that can be easily followed. And a computer program automates that process through computer programming. And so it's known as a computer algorithm, okay? Or a computer program or a systematic algorithm, all right? Okay, so now we're gonna hop into it. So the first thing I do when I get to the computer is I'm going to read the disclaimer for you guys so you understand I'm not trying to sell you any securities. I am literally showing you everything that we're doing for educational and informational purposes only. And I am literally trading these things myself and with my algos. And what you choose to do is fully your prerogative, okay? All right, futures and Forex trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. So if you hear me say disposable income and or risk capital, they mean the same thing. You should only trade disposable income. You should only trade risk capital. And let me be clear about what that means, so we are thoroughly on the same page. If you cannot take this money out of the ATM, go to the backyard and set it on fire and not miss it, it's not disposable income. It's not risk capital, okay? Do not trade or invest your rent money, your bill money, your car money, your baby's money, the pamper money, the milk, the food, none of that. Take care of your life and your lifestyle. Take care of your emergency fund. And then when you have things left over, you can trade and invest and use that disposable capital to grow your money, okay? If that makes sense, give me a disposable income only in your chat box. Disposable income only, okay? Hypothetical performance results have many inherent limitations, some of which are described below. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical performances results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. One of the limitations of hypothetical performance results is that they are generally prepared with the benefit of hindsight. In addition, hypothetical trading does not involve financial risk, and no hypothetical trading record will completely account for the impact of financial risk of capital of actual trading. For example, the ability to withstand losses or to adhere to a particular trading program in spite of trading losses are material points which can also adversely affect actual trading results. There are numerous other factors related to the markets in general or to the implementation of any specific trading program which cannot be fully accounted for in the preparation of hypothetical performance results, and all which can adversely affect trading results, okay? So I want us to be clear on that. This is the disclaimer. The Money School Lab Day Trading Futures 101 is a financial education course. This is not a get-rich-quick plan. This is a program for you to be able to learn, earn, and return, okay? This content in this course is for educational purposes only. We are not your investment advisors, and this app and course is not trying to sell you securities. You are responsible for your trading, both the gains and the losses. Money School Lab and all individuals affiliated with this course assume no responsibilities for trading and investment results. The information, strategies, how-to videos, and all other features are for educational purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. Look at this course as one that is teaching you skills that once you learn, you will have the opportunity to produce an income whenever and from wherever you are in the world with internet connection, okay? The course is for you to actually learn the principles and hopefully teach your family now and for generations to come. I repeat, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you are looking for a quick flip, please log out right now. Okay? So for those of you who know and do not know me, my name is Dion Pouncil. As I mentioned, I'm the Principal and Chief Investment Officer for Pouncil Capital, founder of Money School. I have taught about trading, investing, and financial education and business all around the world. Philippines, Dubai, Mexico, Miami, Chicago, New York, LA. I've literally taught people all around the world, okay? So everything I do, I start with my why. My number one why is my family. My second why is building generational wealth. The family that I come from, I'm from the Inglewood, south side of Chicago. We didn't talk about money. And I didn't really learn about money until I got older. So building generational wealth for my family and myself is very important to me. And then my life motto is learn, earn, and return, okay? So I want to learn. I want to be a student. I want to forever be a forever student. I want to earn and monetize and make money off of what I learn. And then I want to return and give the game to the people so that they could do the same, okay? This is a little emotional for me. This is one of the first times I'm sharing this publicly, but last year I almost died and I was in intensive care. I was in the hospital for 4 weeks. And during that time, the doctor came in one night and said, hey, get your things in order. You might not make it through the night. If you know me, you know I'm big on energy. I didn't receive that. And I said, I'm getting up out of here. And every time I went to the bathroom, I would speak life into myself. I would say, I believe in you. I love you. You're going to beat this. You're getting out of this hospital. This is not the end. And so I committed to making the world 1% better. And so I know that sounds, very utopian, but I looked up and there was 7.5 billion people on the planet. 1% of 75 billion is 75 million. So my mission is to help 75 million people improve their lives through financial education, trading, and investing. And so this came because at that point I had about 3,000 to 4,000 students in previous courses. And I wanted to use my skill set and my gifts, my superpowers, to be able to help the world become a better place. And I knew that was part of my mission while I was laying there in that hospital. Okay, now we're about to get into the morning routine. So the first thing I do with my morning routine is I say my trader's creed and I get my mindset right. Okay, so this is the trader's creed, everybody, and feel free to say it along with me. I am a consistent winner. I objectively identify my edges. I predefine my risk on every trade. I completely accept the risk, or I am willing to scale back. I act on my edges without reservations or hesitation. I continually monitor my susceptibility to making errors. I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. I never violate these principles of success, okay? You got to get your mind right. You got to take responsibility for your actions. And if you know anything about the I am, those are two of the most powerful words in the universe, and what you put behind them has a direct impact on your life, okay? So we're going to be doing this every morning, Trader's Creed, getting our minds in order, okay? The next part of my routine is I start to acquire data. I don't want to make emotional decisions. So everything that I do, I want to make data-driven decisions as a human, and I want to make sure that my algos have up-to-date data, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to forexfactory.com and look and see what is affecting the global currencies. Next, we're going to go to our charts, and we're going to look for the global opening price, the day type, the Asian market high, the Asian market low, the overnight high, and the overnight low. And don't worry, if you feel like I'm going a little too fast, I am going to come back, break it down, and go slower. I just want us to get ready to at least see the screen at 7:30 when the algos are approved to start trading, okay? So let's come out of here. Let's go to forexfactory.com real quick. We're going to make sure that we are on the current date. So today is June 1st. And when we go to Forex Factory, we are specifically looking for USD, which is the United States dollar, okay? And we are specifically looking for red and orange folders that are going to affect the US dollar. So today is Wednesday, June 1st. We have 2 red folders at 10 a.m. and we have an orange folder at 1 p.m. all affect the United States dollar. And if you see red or orange, that means that it has a high probability of impact, or it's a very volatile time frame. So what I teach my students is, depending on what level you are at, to get out of the market 5 to 10 minutes before that red folder, if you are short-term trading or you are day trading, and not get back into that market until 5 to 10 minutes after. So I see a bunch of my former students in here. Somebody for the family set an alarm for 9:55 a.m. and somebody set an alarm for 10:05 a.m. And my algos are going to cut off automatically, and I'm going to show you how and why. But since you will potentially maybe learning and or trading, you will need to do this as a human. So set an alarm for yourself and make sure you do not get into a trade 5 minutes before the red or orange folder, and make sure you stay out of the trade 5 minutes after the red or orange folder. And once we get a little bit further, I'm going to open it up for some questions. Okay, I see you guys asking questions. All right, now we are going to hop into the charts. And when we hop into the charts, we're going to do our data acquisition, but then we're also going to be doing our trade prep, okay? So our trade prep includes, and this is how I prepare for every single trade, okay? I want to know, am I trading my disposable cash? And if I put disposable cash in that brokerage account, and I need to keep it real with myself, okay? What is my desired return on investment time horizon? I need to ask myself, when am I looking to get a return on this investment? Because it's a major key to understand there is a difference between investing and trading. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But the main difference between investing and trading is the time horizon. Investing is bigger picture long term. Trading is more short term, looking to generate income. Okay, if that makes sense, give me a investing versus trading in your chat box. Okay. Then next, we're going to select the asset that we're going to actually trade. Are we going to be trading stocks, bonds, futures, crypto, Forex? What asset are we going to trade? And that also goes a lot into our personal desires, our desired return on investment, our capital, and our risk parameters. Okay. Then after we select the asset, then we're going to narrow it down and select the actual instrument. What instrument are we going to trade and why? And we're going to come back and look at this clickable link soon and go to look at the different assets and different instruments in the platform that we'll be trading. Okay. Then we're going to go to the algo selection. This is what I do, and this is what some of my students do. And if you want to buy any of my algos, I'll tell you about that shortly. But we choose what algo we want to turn on, because I have different algos for different things and for different asset classes. And then I have some algos that go on every asset class. All right. So I select my algo. And then one of the most important things is my risk parameters. I identify the dollar amount of what is the 5% of available margin balance. So for an example, one of the things I'm going to be showing you guys today is I'm going to be starting with $1,000 account. And if you know me, I teach you never risk more than 5% in any individual trade. So we're going to be trading contracts that allow us to stay within those risk parameters. Then we're going to identify the contract size, like how many contracts are we going to do? We're going to identify the stop loss and take profit parameters. And then we're going to identify the trade frequency. Okay. So it's about to be 7:30, and I'm going to change the screen real quick just in case we get into a trade. It may happen on this Superdome, and I'm going to explain what all of this is going on, okay? From top to bottom, left to right. Some of you guys, my former students, you already know what's going on, and you see some of my algos in here. But the algo, as you can see here, and I hate doing this on this small screen, but we're gonna figure it out, y'all. You're going to see here, we're going to be trading the ZN, and I'm going to go to the parameters, and we can see that the parameters start time is at 7:30 and the stop time is at 3:59 p.m. Okay. And it's allowed to trade one contract. Okay. And it has the news bot built in there. So it's going to cut off 5 minutes before, and it's allowed to take about 1,000 trades a day. Now, it's a high probability that it's not going to trade 1,000 trades a day. But the way this particular algo is built, it has a couple of stop parameters in there, which I'm going to talk to you guys about and teach you guys about. Okay. So we started a little bit late. We started our routine around 7:15. I would have preferred to have really started around 7 a.m. today, but this is the first day. I want to allow people to get in here, and we're going from there. So the way that this algo works, okay, everybody, is it's only going to trade when it meets the parameters that were programmed into it. And I'm going to give you a visual representation. I'm going to show you what you're looking at from a chart, from a platform, and from an algo standpoint. And then we're literally just going to watch the algos trade, because human Dion doesn't even trade anymore. Okay. But I want to be able to show you literally a day in the life, and I want to be able to show you what the potential of day trading is going to do. Okay. So this platform is called NinjaTrader. Okay. So if you're in here, it's a high probability that you got the welcome email, and it gave you a link to the how-to tutorials in that email, and that took you to the Money School app. We have literally about 45 step-by-step how-to tutorials for the NinjaTrader platform. Now, you do have to subscribe to Money School to access that, but that in and of itself teaches you step-by-step about the platform, literally from what the platform is, how to connect your account, how to fund your account, how to set up your charts. Every single thing, literally step by step, is about 45 videos at about 1 to 2 minutes per, teaching you how to do this. Okay. So obviously we don't have time to do all of that every morning. So I would encourage you to check out the Ninja Trader how-to tutorial in the Money School app, okay? So the platform is called Ninja Trader, and in Ninja Trader, you can only trade futures, okay? Now, the futures that you can trade, you could trade cryptocurrency futures, you could trade dollar futures, dollar-based futures, you could trade index-based futures, where you could trade the actual individual stock futures. So you can see Apple, Amazon, JP Morgan. You could trade actual stock futures, okay? You could trade Forex or foreign exchange futures. You could trade general commodity futures, so interest rates, gold, agriculture, equity indexes, etc. Okay, you can actually trade the index futures. Okay, you can also trade the VIX futures on here. Then for some instruments, you can actually trade the micros, which are fractions of those regular assets. Okay, then you could trade specific instruments on specific indexes. So for example, this is the NASDAQ 100. So these are the top 100 stocks, and you could trade their stock futures in Ninja Trader. And then lastly, you could also trade the top 500 companies in the S&P 500. You could trade their stock futures, okay? Now, those are the instruments that you can trade. Now, my algo, because it can work on anything, I can literally go in here and turn that algo on every single asset class, and it will trade all of them within the risk parameters that I set for each one all day, every day, okay? The futures market is open 23 hours a day. Let me say that again, because I know most of you may not even know that the futures market existed before this, okay? So if somebody asks you where the money resides, this is definitely one of the places where the money resides, okay? And the futures are the second most liquid asset class on the planet. There are over $30 trillion, with a T, $30 trillion traded in the futures market every single day, okay? So part of the reason that we go through certain struggles is when we're talking about money is we don't know where to get the money or how to get the money. Well, we're going to give you some access. Access is now granted, okay? You now know the futures exist. You now are going to be able to have practical skills to be able to go in there and have your money work for you, okay? So while I'm talking, the only way this algo is going to get into a trade is that it has to get a signal. So a buy signal is a green arrow, okay? And the bar needs to be filled. And I'm going to give you some insight on what the hollow bars versus the full bars mean. But just let's say, for an example, that this next signal is red, a red down arrow, but this candlestick is hollow, then my algorithm will not get in the trade because it doesn't meet the parameters that I set. And that's one of the beautiful things about an algo. It's only going to do what you program it to do. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't get angry. It doesn't have relationship problems. It doesn't have kids. It doesn't get phone calls. It doesn't get texts. It doesn't get hungry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Now, obviously, there can be human error. Okay. But I'm teaching you how to look at the markets. I'm going to teach you how to scan the markets. I'm going to teach you how to enter trades. I'm going to teach you how to exit trades. I'm going to teach you how to manage trades, okay? And I'm going to show you literally how my algorithms do this for me all day, every day. But I want to give you some insight so that as I'm talking, if this signal generates and it doesn't get in the trade, I don't want you to think that something's wrong. If it generates and it doesn't get in the trade, it's actually doing what it's supposed to do, okay? So like a lot of people say, well, I didn't know this. The educational system has failed us. Well, no. It's done exactly what it was created to do, okay? Systems are made to not break, all right? Here's a sidebar free game fact. In the 1920s, Roosevelt donated over $500 million to the educational system. And a reporter asked him, and you could Google this, don't take Dion's word for it. A reporter asked him, why did you donate so much money to the
order submitted?
There we go. And you see the algo did exactly what I said it was going to do. So a signal came and it said sell, and the bar was full. So it met the parameters and the algo just got into a trade. Okay. And then once it gets into a trade, it has also some projected take profit areas, and it has a stop loss area to protect our money. So when we sell something, and this is where you're going to be able to learn that you can make money whether the market goes up or down. The market is currently going down. So the algo said, based off of the parameters that was programmed in there, to sell. So it sold. And now the market is going down, and now we were profitable. Okay. And so each one of these contracts is $15.63 roughly. So every tick we're going to either make or lose $15.625. Okay. So, and then I don't touch it. I let the trade manage itself. Okay. I don't get emotional that I'm quote unquote losing right now because it's unrealized. But then also I let the algorithm do what it's going to do. And I don't touch it. I literally let it go from signal to signal, or from signal to stop loss, or from signal to take profit. Okay. And this first session, I'm walking you guys through this step by step, so that as we continue to do this every morning, because as a reminder, I'm going to be teaching live in this free session every morning of a June trading session starting at 7:45 in the morning, starting tomorrow. Okay. So for the next, from now to June 30th, every trading day, you'll be able to join me live and trade alongside me. Okay. So back to the basics for the newbies. Okay. So a quick review. We are in the NinjaTrader platform. We are trading futures. This particular instrument that we are trading is the 10-year treasury notes. Okay. So the 10-year treasury notes are the most liquid interest rate instruments on the planet. Okay. So they are the alpha of the bonds. So if you hear me say bonds or interest rates, I'm talking about the same asset class. Okay. So this is the 10-year, and it is known as the ZN. The future signal, or the future instrument, is titled the ZN. And you can see here that we are trading the September 2022 contract. So if you are in here in the live room, I'm sharing my screen, and you can literally watch me trade or watch my algos trade and trade alongside me. Okay. Now that we have those basics and we literally know what we're looking at, let's go from top to bottom, left to right. Okay. So this here is a chart. Okay. This is a chart. Now you might say, well, does all charts look like this? And the answer would be no. Let's pull up a general chart without my algos. So we're going to pull up a chart. We're going to pull up the ZN, and we're going to pull up the exact same chart, but we're going to do it without any help. It's just going to be a straight up naked, what we call a naked chart. Okay. And this is what a naked chart looks like. If you want to see the screen, you have to join the live room. You can click the link in my bio. Okay, or on any of my pages, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I am live everywhere, and also in the Money School app. Okay, so click the link in my bio and you can join the live session. So this is a naked chart. This is a person who is literally just trading off of candlesticks, and this is a person trading off of the data that they have versus a computer program algorithm that has been back tested and performance ranked, and you can see the difference. Okay, so this is a chart so that we're clear. These are traditional candlesticks, and we are trading the ZN 10-year treasury bonds September 2022 contract, and I am trading off the 2000 volume. Now what that means is that every one of these bars that you see is 2,000 actual trades. Okay. Sometimes you might look across the internet and you will see people trading different type of charts, different type of time frames, different types of chart figures. Okay. I personally trade chart candlesticks, and I have customized my candlesticks. So literally, these candlesticks are a separate mathematical equation compared to these general candlesticks. Okay, it's levels. We have created our own custom candlesticks. And this is why I tell any of the parents who are in any of my courses, math and science rule the world, okay? Anything in the world can be simplified to math and science. So literally, I use math and science to enable my money to work for me, all right? So these are custom candlesticks. I have a custom algorithm that generates buy and sell signals and tells me when and where to get in with a high probability of success. And that is what you are seeing here on my computer screen. Okay, now I'm going to take a slight break right there. If that makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. The chart, the platform, and the instrument. If that makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. Wonderful, wonderful. And so again, if you've never traded, if you've never put your money to work for you, it doesn't matter if you were looking at a stock, a bond, a future, a Forex, a crypto, most of those platforms are going to have charts. And you're going to be able to choose what type of chart you want to look at to use your calculations. And these are the different chart types. So when we look at these icons from top to bottom, left to right, these are literally different types of chart styles, different type of candlesticks that you can select from. And you can see that I have a custom candlestick, okay? So with that being said, now we'll go over to the next icon. And this is a drawing tool. So some people like to draw on their charts. Some people like to put, support and resistance lines. Some people like to put, vertical lines. Some people like to put Fibonacci lines on there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Some of those things may be a little more advanced, but I'm just telling you, you have options based off of what you've been taught, what strategies you know, and what you are looking for, okay? I myself am known as what's called a systematic trader, okay? I use math and science to create systems so that the math follows the step-by-step system, and we use what's called statistical arbitrage, and we use relative value arbitrage, okay? And I'm giving you the whole kitchen sink today so that I can make things simple so that we can start walking through these things step by step over the next 30 days. And as I'm using these words and as I'm using this different terminology, things will start to make sense, okay? And trust me, we will slow the game down, all right? So, and you see, we are still in the trade. The trade has been battling up and down, and we are now profitable again, okay? So now, this next icon is zooming in and zooming out on your chart. So if somebody say, how can I zoom in? You can zoom in here. If you already have the NinjaTrader platform, you can zoom in and out here, or literally in the Zoom platform, you could zoom in via your toolbox over here at the bottom of your Zoom. You can actually zoom your screen in to make it bigger, okay? And you can also click this to make the charts bigger if you wanted to go full screen, right? Make the charts bigger, make the candles bigger, etc. Okay? But that's what those icons mean. The next icon here is a crosshair. And this is literally the selection of what type of mouse visual you want to have. Okay, so if you want a mouse, if you want a local, what we call a crosshair, if you want a global, I could click on that and you can look at different things and pinpoint different prices. Okay, if I just wanted the mouse, you can see that the mouse here just tracks there. These are the different type of selections of mouses that you can use. I like to use the local. Think of it as a sniper rifle, right? So if you were looking to see what the price of an opening of a candlestick was, you can literally look at the exact opening or closing of that particular candlestick, okay? Next, we have show data box. So this is literally just showing you the data that's going on and processing behind the scenes of the chart, okay? Next, if you like to trade on your chart, you can literally turn on Chart Trader and it will put a superdome in your chart, and you don't have to have separate superdomes. And if you want to trade one instrument at a time, you could trade using just the superdome. So you could turn on anything you want over here the same way, and it will trade. And some people prefer this because it might look a little cleaner to them, or they might only have one screen, etc., etc. I personally do not use the Chart Trader, okay? I use two superdomes because more often than not, I'm usually hedging versus taking naked trades, and we'll get into nakeds versus hedges soon, okay? But I usually trade hedges. What that means is that basically anytime I get into a trade, I am getting into an opposite direction trade of a highly correlated instrument. And we're going to get into that as well, okay? So next up, we have our data series. And so this is literally what data you are using to put into the actual chart. Are you using volume bars? Are you using time bars? Are you using tick bars? Are you using range, et cetera, right? And what value of that are you using? How many days are you loading into your chart, et cetera, et cetera? This is where you actually select the data. You could literally choose what color bars you want for your candlesticks. So this is the data that is actually being represented on the chart, and you can select those things, okay? And then over here, because the screen is not that big, you have indicators. So this symbol means indicators. So this is where you could come in and you can use, all right, so the algo just got out of the trade, okay? And we lost that trade, $15.63, okay? So what happens is we actually didn't lose. We broke even, but because of what's called slippage, we slipped one tick. And that one tick at one contract was $15.63. So now we are out of that trade. We are done for that trade, okay? And the signal that came in to buy the market, but the algorithm didn't buy it because it was a hollow candlestick, which means that it did not meet the rest of our parameters. So even the algo does not take every trade. Even the algo does not trade every signal, okay? It has to meet its risk parameters. And so when I get back into that presentation deck and I walk through the step-by-step, we're gonna see why, how, and what that's so important, okay? And if you are one of my former students, I want you to put stick to the rules in the chat box. Stick to the rules, because you know how important it is to stick to the rules that we have taught you, okay? Stick to the rules. All right, so coming back to the top here, we have indicators, okay? And indicators, most platforms come with standard indicators, okay? So you can see here that we got standard indicators. And then you can see that I have custom indicators. So I have 3 custom indicators that I've created. And the one that we're using is Money School. And I'm going to get into that shortly. Okay. So literally, that indicator is what you see on the chart right now. This is what you see visually. You see the different types of candlesticks. You see this cloud that is representing and showing you the bears and the bulls and kind of who's winning. That indicator also includes the stop loss, entry, and take profit, okay? And you could choose different type of indicators based off of what you've been taught, what you know, and what you are comfortable with, okay? All right, next up here, you got strategies. So obviously, what strategies mean, so not obviously, what strategies mean in here are the actual systems that will be traded. Okay, so once you put the indicator on, that doesn't mean that the strategy is on. You have to go in and you have to separately turn on the strategy and select the risk parameters in here. So you can see that this particular algo that I had set, you can see that literally I could set the start time, which I did, which was 7:30, which is why out of all of those signals that was generated overnight, the algo, the algo didn't get into any of those signals because it was following the rules. And the rules were don't trade till 7:30. Okay. And you can see that it didn't take its first trade till right here. Okay. After 7:30. You can also set end times. Okay. I can set exit on close. I can set, all of these are parameters that I can use to customize the algo based off of my risk parameters, what I'm comfortable with, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to walk you through this step by step so that you can have these as a human as well. Okay. And then we also offer trading journals. So you're able to not only put the parameters in, but you're able to track your process and hold yourself accountable. Okay. And so you can see that I have multiple different algos and that these parameters are completely different. So when I tell you that, I'm not just telling you that, like legitimately they're different. Okay. But those are the strategies, and you can get to the strategies via this toolbar or down in your control panel. Okay. And then next you got your properties. And this is literally what you're doing and putting either in the chart or on your Superdome, choosing your colors, choosing the grids, etc., etc. Okay. I'm going to open it up for some questions right here because the algorithm will not trade until we get another signal. So let me open it up real quick. Actually, I'm going to leave the screen on and I'm going to open it up. Feel free to go into the Q&A box, ask a question. And then also, you know, let me answer the two questions that are in here. And then you could come on and ask a question, and then I can also unmute you and things like that. Okay. So the first question was, do we get access to the replay or recording? That is a great question. This is a live show. It is being recorded. Here's what I'll say. The Money School students can have access to the recordings. How about that? Okay. But you can come every day live for free starting tomorrow at 7:45 and follow along because we will be following the same routines. Okay. But you Money School people, everybody that's already signed up to Money School and everybody that ends up signing up for Money School today and beyond, there is a process that the students do get the recordings. Okay. So hopefully that is a happy medium, and hopefully we can have you guys a part of the Money School family, and we'll talk about that later. All right. Okay, the next question was, how do I enlarge the screen? So I answered that question already. Okay. And yes, you can enlarge your screen by enlarging the chart via the zoom options on the chart, or you can enlarge your screen literally by scrolling to the bottom of your screen with your mouse and clicking on your viewing options and enlarge the screen. Okay. So everybody that's on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I am live in the streaming platform and these people are seeing my screen. That's why they're asking these questions. If you want to join and watch me trade live or trade live alongside of me, click the link in my bio and you can join. Okay. Okay. Layla said, if we pay for the annual subscription, do we get access to the live? So that is a great question. If you pay for the annual subscription for Money School, you get the first 60 days of the paid session for free. Okay, so let me be clear. 7:45 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm going to be doing free every day in June. The 9:15 to 11 a.m. equity session is free today, but starting tomorrow, it's $25 a day. If you sign up for the annual subscription for Money School today, I am going to give you 60 days of the 9:30 equity session for free. Okay. And you can sign up at moneyschool.com at any point over the next 3 or 4 hours. Okay. And then I'll also show you how you can get, you know, my algos and my trade journals and all of that stuff. I want to make sure you be able to have the tools and assets that you need. Okay. But right now I want to make sure that even the newbies who don't know anything about what's going on are literally getting a step-by-step breakdown of what we're going to be doing over the next couple of days. Okay. Thank you for that question, Layla. And I'm getting used to this platform. It's still brand new, so forgive me. I want to make sure I get to everybody's questions, okay? Is it any different? Nia says, is it any different for the pre-sale buyers? Pre-sale buyers, you guys are already getting the 60 days for free because you bought the pre-sale. Y'all good. Thank you for believing. Thank you for buying the pre-sale. We got y'all, okay? All right, any questions about the chart, platform, or anything that I've covered so far while we got some in-between time between the algos? Okay, no questions? All righty. Okay, so market is meeting a little bit of resistance right here. We might get a sell signal soon. And if we get a sell signal and it meets the parameters to fill the bar, we may enter into a trade. If not, it won't take it, okay? Now, let me give you some insight. Today, in the 9:15 to 11 a.m. session, I am literally going to be showing you guys how we're going to be trading this small account. I specifically put just $1,000 in here of real cash, and I am going to be tracking the progress daily in real time and posting it all online of how our algorithm is trading just with a $1,000 account. And I want to show you this because, yes, I can start with an X amount of money, but I want to be able to show that any and everybody could do this. So if you have $1,000 of disposable income, of risk capital, not your bill money, not your money that you need, I'm going to show you what type of assets and instruments that you could trade to put your money to work for you. You don't have to have $100,000, $1 billion, $1 billion to be a trader or to be a successful trader. If you know where the money resides, if you have some high probability trading strategies that you were taught, if you have some patience, self-control, and discipline, I can show you where and how to make money, okay? So I'm very excited about the 9:30 session. And then every day, I'm sorry, the 9:15 session. So every day in the paid room from 9:15 to 11 a.m., I'm going to be trading this real money account, okay? So I'm excited, and we're going to get after it, okay? Now, the bond market that we're trading, going back to the ZN, it opens at 8:20 a.m. That's why starting tomorrow, we're going to come in at 7:45 a.m. every trading day. We're going to go through our morning routine. We're going to do our homework, and we're going to get ready for the 8:20 a.m. opening bell for this asset. And it trades from 8:20 a.m. The American market trades from 8:20 a.m., okay, until 4:15 p.m. Eastern. All right. You see the algo got a down signal, but it wasn't a filled bar, and we did not take the trade. This is for my OG traders. You don't have to take every trade. If it doesn't meet your exact risk parameters, do not trade. There's no reason to risk the money just to be trading. I know some of y'all got the trigger finger, you got the itchy palms, and you want to roll the dice, but patience, self-control, and discipline will always lead the way. All right. So the bond market, we're trading the 10-year treasury note, the 10-year bonds. The bond market opens at 8:20 a.m. for the American market, and it closes at 4:15 p.m. Now, keep in mind that I told you the bond market for futures is open 23 hours a day from Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern the next day, and it does that every day, Sunday through Thursday, and it opens 6 p.m. Thursday and closes on 4:15 p.m. Friday, and it's closed for Saturday, and it opens right back up on Sunday evening. So literally 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, this market is open and available for trading, and you can literally put your money to work for you. So if you guys are looking on my screen and you're in the live session, you see my background literally says money never sleeps, okay? The crypto market And the Forex market actually trades 24 hours a day. Okay, literally 24 hours a day. The stock market trades 8 hours a day. The American stock market trades from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. And that is for stocks, bonds, and options. Okay, so literally you have multiple different opportunities 24 hours a day to put your money to work for you. And at some point, you as a human are going to go to sleep, and your money can literally be working for you while you sleep. Adrian, click the link in my bio in Instagram, and it'll give you the link to the webinar where I'm live trading and teaching, okay? All right. So now these two things over here on the right are called superdomes. So the Superdome, I want you to think of like an order ticket. So if you were to go to a horse track, or you were to go to a bookie or sports betting, or any place where you can put in an order and you get like a ticketed receipt of your order, that is essentially what this Superdome is. It's representing the order book, and you could choose what instrument and what account and what ATM strategy you want to trade, okay? So from top to bottom, left to right, is called a Superdome. This section on the left is showing you the buy side. So this is literally showing you everybody that's buying this current market. In the middle, you have the price. So it's literally showing you the price of that asset. And the gold bar here is representing the current price. So we can see here on the chart that the current price for the 10-year treasury note is 119,060. And we can see that the current price on the Superdome is 119,060. Now, this is a $100,000 contract. I don't want that to go over your head, okay? This is legitimately a $100,000 contract. But what is called margin and fractional trading, the NinjaTrader platform has enabled you to control a $100,000 contract for just $500, okay? If you post $500 into your NinjaTrader account, you would be able to purchase or sell one 10-year treasury note. Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Gall, for signing up for Money School. I just got the notification. Congratulations on betting on yourself. Okay? This is why it's important to understand when I tell you guys that money is energy. We'll get into that a little bit later. But you are literally controlling a $100,000 asset with a performance bond of putting $500 of margin. And the fraction of that contract is broken down specifically for this contract in 1/64. Okay, so that 1/64 for this contract equals $15.625. Congratulations, Mr. Dinkins, Mr. and Mrs. Dinkins. Thank you for signing up for Money School. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on betting on yourself. Okay, so all right, Shannon, I'm gonna get to you in a second. So the minimum amount of money that you can put in NinjaTrader to trade is $400. Okay. In order to trade this particular asset or this particular instrument, the minimum is $500. Okay. So if you put $400 in your NinjaTrader account, you won't be able to trade this asset. You could trade some other assets, but you won't be able to trade this asset because the minimum margin requirement is $500. If that makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. Wonderful, wonderful. Please ask your questions in the Q&A section so that it doesn't get lost in the chat box, okay? And I will periodically come back and forth to that, okay? All right, I'm glad that makes sense. So the two instruments that we're going to be trading over the next 30 days live together in the free room, we're going to trade the 10-year bonds. In the paid room, starting tomorrow, we're going to trade the S&P 500. Okay? So I am going to give both sessions for free today. I'm going to walk you through step by step, like I'm doing now. I'm literally slowing the game down, and I'm walking you through everything that you see on your screen. And this is also done in the Money School step-by-step how-to tutorial videos, okay? And you'll be able to watch this unlimited, okay? And you don't need my replay, because you can watch it 24 hours a day, and you can actually download it into your app, okay? The Money School app is available on your iPhone. It's available in Android. You can actually download it as a Roku app, just like you watch Netflix. So think of Money School as literally the Netflix for trading, investing, and financial education. That's how we built it, okay? All right, so we got buy on the left, which is represented by green, and it's showing you how many people are sitting there in resting orders waiting to buy. We have the price in the middle, and on the left, we have the sales, okay? Now, in order for a transaction to take place, the price needs to go up or down to a certain price, and somebody needs to sell it and somebody needs to buy it. If you don't have a person that is willing to sell it at that price, and you don't have a person that's willing to buy it at that price, the price is not going to move. It's going to stay there, just like it is right now, okay? Also, the market, the American market, is not open for another 20 minutes. Another 12 minutes. So when we see the market open up at 8:20, we're going to see a lot more activity, okay? All right. Now, congratulations. I don't want to mispronounce your name, but we're just going to call you Mr. or Mrs. Purple, okay? I just seen you just signed up for Money School. Congrats. All right. So now the ask here in the Superdome means that this person is selling. They are asking you to pay this current price. So if I was to put a resting order or a limit order to sell, I would select ask. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up my algo. But I would select, actually here, I'll duplicate this so it's not on the same thing so you can actually see it. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. I think I put an algo in each one of those. Let me see. ZN, MES, ES, MES. Okay. SIM 101, ES, MES. Yeah, okay. Let me try to create another SIM account just so you can see real quick without me messing up my algos. So if you want to create another SIM account, you right click, add a simulation, and you name it. We say Money School Live Testing. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select Money School Live Testing. And if I wanted to sell something because I believe that the market is going down, I can set a limit order or a rest order in two ways, okay? You could click on the red button above or at the price you want to sell, and you will hear that confirmation that says order submitted and tell you that you just submitted an order to sell that asset at that price, okay? If you want to click ask, it's going to submit an order right above the current market price, okay? And you can see my algo called down, but it wasn't enough volatility in there, so we didn't get into the trade, but we could see that the market started to fall, okay? So if we would have got filled and the market went down those 2 ticks, we would be profitable and we would be up $15.625 times 2, which would be $31.25. Okay. All right. So now that is if putting a resting order or a limit order on your Superdome makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That is how you, and we always teach our students to sell the ask, okay? The reason that you don't want to sell the bid is because a bid means that somebody is offering. If you want to see my screen, click the link in my bio, and join the live room, okay? We don't want to sell the bid because the bid means that this is literally what somebody is offering. Okay, so this person is offering to buy it at this price. We don't want to sell it at that price. We want to sell it at a little bit more, right? We want to sell it at our price, not at their price. So this is why we will select ask so that we could submit an ask and sell it, and they would have to bid and offer at my price. And that is how you get the best price from a resting order on the sale side. If that makes sense, give me a sell in your chat box. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Now, coming over to the buy side. If I want to buy an instrument, then I want to submit a bid because I want to make an offer to pay the lowest price. I don't necessarily want to pay what the market is asking me. So the great example for you guys to understand this bid versus ask or this sell versus buy is think about going to a flea market or a food market or a farmer's market, and somebody is selling you a hat. Well, what they're selling it to you at their table is what they're asking you to buy. So they might be asking you to buy this hat for $20. But you know that you only want to pay $15 for the hat. So you offer $15. Congratulations, M. Black, Miss or Miss, Mr. Congratulations for investing in yourself. Thank you for joining Money School. Okay. So think about that analogy. When I go to this farmer's market, they want to sell me this hat for $20. That's what they're asking. I only want to buy the hat for $15, so that's what I'm bidding. That's what I'm offering. And it's not until we come to a mutual agreement on a price that the transaction will actually be made and the order will be filled. And on this platform, the order is filled in the order it was received. So we can see here that 1,964 people are looking to buy at this price, but 403 are looking to sell at this price. So when these people either get the bid at their price or somebody comes in and pays a market order means that I'm going to pay whatever this person is asking from the buy side. A market sale order means I'm only going to sell it at whatever this person, the next person in line, is bidding. So if the difference between asking, bidding, and a market order makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. If it doesn't make sense, feel free to ask a question. I will answer this question now if you have a question. But asking, it means you're selling it and you want to get the best price. Bidding means you're offering it and you want to get the best price. And market means I'm willing to buy or sell at the current price right now. Just give me my product. Okay. All right. Nobody has any questions. Remember, ask your questions in the Q&A section so that it doesn't get lost in the chat box. Okay. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So that's what that means. And the bond markets are usually traditionally slower. The market doesn't open for another 4 minutes. And I want to make sure, no matter if you're just starting on your trading and investing journey, whether you don't know anything about money and how to make your money work for you, you're going to know what this platform looks like, feels like, does, what we're doing, and how you could do it too by the end of this session. Okay. If I am giving you some confidence or I am instilling some things that you learned in some of my previous courses, give me a, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Okay, let me see. Andrea says she wrote in the Q&A. Let's check it. Man, I'm hungry. I should have bought a snack. Okay. So a couple people asked, can I explain the hollow stick? So if you were late, I was explaining that those hollow sticks are my custom algorithms, and we created custom candlestick types. So those are not your traditional candlesticks, okay? So this is a traditional looking chart. This is a chart with our custom candlesticks, custom algorithms, and custom trading strategies, okay? The Money School Algo is available starting today. I will talk to you guys about that a little bit later, but it is available, and we will release it to you guys, okay? All right, let's get back to the Q&A. After June, so anonymous attendee says, after June, for members of Money School, will you have a schedule of live trading available for members once a week, once a month? All right, everybody, I want y'all to listen to me closely here. Lean into the camera. I got a secret for y'all. Okay, I got a secret for you. I'm going to be trading live every day for the rest of the year. Okay, now, June, every day in June, the morning first session from 7:45 to 9 will be free every day in June. After July 1st, both sessions will be available pay-per-view. If you want to join, join. If you don't want to join, don't join. But they will be pay as you go. And it's literally just $25 a day. You pay $25 starting July 1st. You're going to get full access to both live trading, and I'm going to be trading live every day for the rest of the year. Obviously, I'll have some travel here and there. I'll have some holidays and stuff like that. But the plan is to trade live with you guys every day for the rest of the year, which is another reason why I started today on June 1st, so we could have literally half of the year together, okay? If you like that, give me a money sign in your chat box, because y'all know what we do when we get live in this thing, okay? So that's the plan. Trade live every day, 7:45 to 11, 7:45 to 9 a.m. for the whole month of June will be free. 9:15 to 11 every day is only $25, okay? You could pay individually, or you could buy a 5-day packet, 5 or 7-day package. All of that, I don't know if I got any of my team members in here that could drop that, because this is my first time using this today, so bear with me. But all right, the trade, the algo just got into a trade. Okay, so it's 8:20. Okay, opening bell just happened. The algo got an up signal, and the bar was green filled at that time, and the algo got into a trade. Okay, so we are now buying the 10-year treasury note. Okay, it has our entry point. Okay, right here, 119.08. Okay, and sometimes you may say that that's a different number than what's on the side. It's actually not. It's calculating the math. So the actual, remember I told y'all this is a $100,000 contract cut in 64ths. So if you see here that it's still 119.080 on the chart, but this is actually calculating it down to a decimal. So please don't get confused or be afraid. Okay, it's doing a little bit more advanced math, but you can see here on the screen that it still is, 119.080, just like it is there. Okay, so that is the trade. That is the second trade of the day, and the trade is in there. This contract, one tick, costs $15. Okay, and order filled. The algo just reversed. Okay, and it lost 3 ticks. Okay, so 0 for 2 right there on the algo. Okay, we seen it trade by itself. Okay, and again, part of the things that I'm going to be talking to you about is risk management. Now, one of the reasons that I can comfortably trade this is because $15.62 is within my risk parameters. My stop loss that is auto triggered is within my risk parameters. And then my take profit areas are where I want to start locking in profits. So I've taken 2 trades and I lost 2 trades, but I only lost $62.50. Okay. Now, some of you guys may say, well, why haven't you traded in your live real money account? And that's a great question. This is $1,000 account. I'm going to be showing you how to grow that through the equities. Okay. But the instrument of the ZN requires $500 of margin per contract. So if I buy one ZN, if I buy or sell one ZN, it locks up $500 of my money. Even though I might only be risking 15.625 at a time, it locks up my $500. So if the trade goes against me and my available margin goes below that $500, then Ninja Trader force liquidates me out the trade and will lock in a loss unnecessarily because I don't have the margin in there. So what I'm going to be teaching and showing you today, this is inside the game stuff. I know you ain't getting this in no other platform, okay? I know that for a fact. We're going to be trading an asset at 9:15 and 9:30. The class starts at 9:15, but we're going to start trading at 9:30. The asset that we're going to trade only requires a $50 margin. And that $50 margin is within our 5% rule for $1,000. So if I have $1,000 in my account and I want to stick to my 5% rule, 5% of $1,000 is $50. So I'm going to trade an asset that I have a little bit more wiggle room to not get stopped out simply because of margin. And that's why until I grow this account over $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, I'm not going to trade those assets live on my real money because I would potentially lose more by getting stopped out for no reason or for the margin reason. Okay, that's some very insightful game for you guys right there, and that's so important. I'm going to show it to you in real life. This is the Ninja Trader margin requirement document. And we can see here that the ZN, the 10-year treasury note, intraday margin requirement is $500. Okay? $500. So that means you need $500. All right? And these are the fees. So it's important to know that. And we are going to be trading the micro S&P 500 for the 9:30 session with this small account. And that only requires us to have $50. So I could literally trade 20 trades in a row and only risk $50 per trade, and I could lose every trade and still have or still have 20 trades out of that $1,000. If I was to do that on this small account with that margin requirement, I would literally only have 2 trades to get it right and grow my money. And again, this goes into risk management. So this is why it's so important. And I will share this money. I will share this Money School day trading routine with everybody that signs up for Money School. But this is why in my trade prep, I literally tell you, before you get any trade, you need to identify the dollar amount of the 5% of your available balance and your margin balance. And when you click on that, it'll take you to that page. Okay? And you'll have that. So everybody that signs up for Money School, you're going to get this presentation. You're going to literally get my step-by-step daily routine. Okay? Okay, so we got trade prep. We got trade management. So when you get into a trade, before you get into a trade, you want to confirm that your stop loss and take profit is on. You want to control your energy. You want to look at the chart data objectively without emotions. You want to control your emotions, and you only want to make data-driven decisions. If your strategy tells you to stay in it until it hits your stop loss, then stay in it. Don't get scared and close out too early because you're emotional. Don't get too greedy when you start locking in profits and you don't adjust your stop loss because you're being greedy. All these things go into trade management. And then after trade management, you should have 2 trading journals for trade evaluation. A trading journal that you can purchase from Money School that will help you document the data, literally step by step, documenting every trade. And then you need a personal journal that enables you to really share your personal human experience with how that trade went. Okay? And then we're going to talk about money management. So once you start making money consistently, then you got to start about taxes. You need to understand saving account versus inflation, investing versus trading, assets versus liabilities, and what to do with your profits. So we're going to cover all of that today. Okay, so this is also going to be the quick recap of everything we covered today. Mindset, acquiring data, trade prep, trade management, trade evaluation, and money management. These are your major 6 keys. If you don't take anything else from today's session or over the next 30 days, you should get these 6 things ingrained in your brain in order. Okay? And we're gonna talk about them as we go through this. Okay? But first, I want you to understand Ninja Trader. Okay, so this in the middle is a P&L. So this is your profit and loss. Okay? This is simply showing you, like, let's say for an example, I got into a trade. I'm not getting into this trade, everybody. I'm just showing you an example. I'm not getting into this trade, so let's be clear. But let's just say I was in this trade, okay? This P&L now goes live, and it shows you how much you are making in or losing in real time per trade, okay? I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Congratulations on joining Money School and investing in yourself. I look forward to running it up with you, okay? You know who you are because you just joined like 2 seconds ago. I don't want to mispronounce your name, okay? But thank you. So if I sell this, okay, I can look at this in currency. I can click it, and I can look at it in percentages. I can click it. I can look at it in pips. So for those of you guys who trade Forex before, you guys talk a lot about pips. I can look at the P&L in points. And I can look in the P&L by ticks. Okay? Those are the different ways that I can look at a P&L. Some people prefer different ones because it helps them deal with their emotions better, right? Some people don't like looking at the dollar amount because when they see their dollar amount in red, they get emotionally charged and they can't control it, and they start to panic and they close out the trade too fast. Your emotions don't allow you to look at the chart and look at the data objectively. And when you start making emotional decisions and you're not rational, you're putting yourself in harm's way. Here are some key things about the market. It doesn't care about who you are, where you're from, who your parents are, what your race is, what religion you are, what God you serve, your sexual orientation, where you live, how much money you got. It doesn't care. The only thing the markets care about is, do you have enough money to get into this trade? And it's very binary. Did you choose the right direction or not? You are going to either win or you are going to lose. Period. Okay? Okay, so that is the P&L. All right? Here, this REV means reverse. Okay? If you are human trading, even if you are trading with my algos, because my algos will give you the signals. My algos do not trade for you. It would do all the homework, all of the suggestions, all of the trade scenarios and all that stuff for you and give you a high probability entry point, take profit, stop loss. It's not going to trade for you. It only trades for me. Okay? Sorry. But if you are human trading, even if you want to reverse with the signal, I would not select reverse because it puts you in a market order. I would reverse with a limit order. So if we are in a sell side and the algo tells us it's reverse, I would close out of the trade and I would submit a resting limit order to try to get into that trade for a couple of reasons. One, slippage, because you can literally get hit with slippage on the exit of the trade and on the entry of the trade when you press reversal. I would not press reversal. I cannot tell you what to do. This is only for educational and informational purposes only. I would not press the reverse button. This button in the middle literally shows you how many contracts you have in your current position. If you are not in a trade, it's considered flat. You can see here, this is flat, this is flat. You can see here that this is in a trade. It's in a sell side, so it's red, and we have one contract. So it is red for one contract. Okay? Next, we have the close button. That close button is a forced market order to close you out of whatever trade you are in. So if you are in a sell side, it's going to force a buy to close you out. If you are in a buy side, it is going to force a sell to close you out, because whatever you do to get in a trade, you must do the opposite to exit that trade. Let me say that again. Whatever you did to get in the trade, you must do the reversal to get out of the trade. So if you bought to get into a trade, then you must sell to get out of a trade, even if you're locking in profits. Okay? If you sold to get in a trade, then you must buy to exit that trade, even if you are locking in profits. Okay? I'm going to take a break right there and look at these Q&A questions. Can we hedge a trade during market news, or do we have to get out? Andrea says, can we hedge a trade? And let me try this answer live button, because this is all new to me too. Let me see. You would like to answer this question live? Don't really know what that means. Okay, I'm answering the question live. Can we hedge a trade during market news, or do we have to get out of the edge before news? So it depends on your time horizon that you had planned for that hedge. If you're looking to do an overnight hedge, or you were looking to do a hedge for the entire trading session, or for the next day, then that short-term news may not be as impactful for you because you're also hedged. Okay, so you need to know your time horizon. Okay, so when you know your time horizon, that will help you make the decision on if you're going to stay in the hedge or not. When I put on hedges, I usually trade through the news because I'm hedged and I have a little bit more protection. Okay, and I also have risk parameters put in my hedge. I'm not just rolling the dice on hedges either. Okay, I have risk parameters for every trade. Okay, all right. Let me answer some of these questions. Francine said, are we going to trade the ZB? No. We are not going to trade the ZB in any of these sessions. We're going to trade the ZN because the ZN is more liquid than the ZB and it's half the price. Okay? I told y'all, money school, different, separate, nothing like it. Okay? I'm not just saying that. It's not for marketing materials. I'm giving y'all Pouncil Capital Hedge Funds insights, okay? So get ready for some fun. The ZN is actually more liquid than the ZB, and the ZN is actually the alpha of the bonds. Now, it just so happens that the ZB moves twice as fast, but that's because it's 3 times older. Okay, so it's a 30-year bond versus a 10-year treasury note. But the ZN is actually the alpha for bonds. Okay. All right. Nia, does the 60 trading days have to be continuous, or can they be 30 days? Yes, they are continuous. So today, for all of the pre-sale people, this starts your first day. Tamika, congratulations on betting on yourself and signing up for Money School. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to running it up. Okay. Yeah, so it's continuous. So today, for all of the pre-sale people and everybody that signs up today, your 60 days starts today. So if you sign up today, you have a free 60 days between now. So you got till June 1st, July 1st, all the way to August 1st. Okay. And then from there, you can choose to decide a la carte, pay as you go. If you can make it to the live trading room, you can buy one day at a time. If you can't, catch us next time. Okay. And then that way also, because here's the thing, we had to find a way to make it make sense, because if I'm going live every day while I got the whole hedge fund and other businesses to do, one, I had to make sure that I was algo trading only so that I could also teach and make sure that my businesses run. But also I know that's what the people want. Like, yes, you can learn from evergreen content like we have in the app. It's like Netflix for trading and investing. But you can't get this sauce through the evergreen, right? You can't get these live interactions. You can't ask me a question directly and me answer it for you, and me give y'all the free game that I be giving y'all. Okay. So I know that's what y'all want. And I know when I was learning, that's what I wanted. And I had to make it make sense. I had to make it reasonable, make it affordable, and make it make business sense. But I think that especially it's about 150 of my former students in here. What is it? Well, it's about 120 people in here. Let's say 100 of y'all are former students. Y'all know what we do. We trade live. Okay. Matter of fact, if I ever made you some money, put a dollar sign in your chat box. Put a dollar sign in the chat box. If you made money from what I taught you, you made money from what you've learned, you made money from anything I did for you, drop a dollar sign in the chat box. Thank you. So all you newbies, anybody that's joining us new, the proof is in the pudding. Let's run it up. Okay. All right. And then y'all get me. So there you go. Every day. Like I said, as long as I'm not traveling or as long as it's not a holiday, I'm here for y'all. Let's get it. Okay. Okay. Do I want to answer this question right now? Okay. Let me address something real quick. Love yourself. Congratulations for joining Money School. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to running it up. All right. We're not in the trade. Signal is waiting. All of that. Somebody says, I'm in my feelings because I invested into a certain program that I'm not going to name. I thought we were paying to have access to you, and now you're asking us to pay more. Do you have any comments? Let me address this officially. First and foremost, I have no comments on any other program. That's my official answer. I have no comment on any other program. Okay. I have no comment on what you were sold or told from any other program. Here's what I will say. I have expressed to those other programs for them to deliver what was promised. I was told that is in the works and it will be happening. Okay. The more advanced program of that program, you know the name of that advanced program, was repositioned. Okay. And I did build that out for you. So you will get it. You got the first one like a week or two ago. That person dropped it for you. That advanced program, I personally built it, and you will get it. Okay, from that program. That program has nothing to do with this new program. Okay. Those are my official statements. As far as Money School is concerned, I know that I had a direct connection with the community because I was involved with you all a lot. Miss Oladipo or Mr. Oladipo, congratulations on betting on yourself. Thank you for joining Money School. I appreciate it. Okay. What was I just saying? Damn. Oh yes, Money School. I know what the people said that they wanted because I was in tune with y'all every day like this. Those things were, not adhered to. And, you know, it is what it is. Love and light to everybody involved. And I hope it works out for everybody. Okay. It is completely separate. It's a completely different program. Money School is literally $34.99 a month, and you get the entire platform. You get the financial dictionary. You get the money affirmation videos. You get the key whiteboard explainers. You get the how-to tutorials. You get the bite-sized courses. You get the podcasts that are coming. You get the live TV shows that are coming. You get the live day trading pay-per-view, right? And then we have Money School Labs coming with the advanced courses, okay? So you're going to have access to that stuff. And, you know, this is where I see the future of this industry and this program going, and I believed in it, and this is what I chose to do. Honestly, if you don't have $34.99 a month to invest into yourself, or which is $420 a year, or $249 one-time fee annually, that's an annual subscription, then you probably shouldn't be trading anyway. I love you to life, but I'm pretty sure most of y'all spent more than $35 last night on dinner or drinks or gas. Okay. And then if you want to trade live, $25 a day, that's literally 2 ticks on the ZN and, you know, 2 ticks on the ES. So I think the juice is worth the squeeze, and we positioned it so that everybody has an opportunity to win. Okay, that's my official statement on that. Love, light, peace, wealth, joy, and abundance to everybody involved. And I hope it works out for everybody. I think certain things need to be addressed. I asked for those things to be addressed when I initially transitioned in February, last week of February. It still hasn't happened. So here we are. We'll leave it at that. Okay. But that's the last time I really talk on that, because, you know, I want positive energy and goodwill for everybody. And if you rock it with Money School, you rock it with Money School. That has nothing to do with any other programs. I'm not going to put any other program down. Any program that I was a part of, obviously I was a part of it because I believed in it. And now we're here. It's Money School and it's Pouncil Capital. You with us or you not? Okay. The Signals bot, that's completely separate, completely different. My algo, the Money School algo that I'm about to introduce you guys, brand new. We built it from scratch. Has nothing to do with the Signal bot. Completely different math. Might look similar visually just because you got arrows or buy or sell signals, but it's completely different. And yes, I built both of them. So I know what both of them do. Yes, and I'll share a little bit more about that shortly, okay? And again, just so that everybody knows, we are not in a trade, okay? And when the trade, this was just an example trade, so let's just clear that out. When the algo gets into another trade, we'll let it trade, okay? And we will take a break at 9 o'clock, okay? We will take a break at 9 o'clock, and then we will come back at 9:15 and start preparing for the equity session. Okay, let me get to a couple more of these questions. Came in a little late. Will this recording be available? The recording will only be available for Money School students. Okay, the recording will only be made available for Money School students. It will be provided to you. Okay, if you are not joining Money School, love and light to you. We look forward. Miss Francine, thank you for joining Money School. Thank you so much. Congratulations on betting on yourself. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm running it up. Money School Labs. Think Money School Labs as a comparison to that other programs, more advanced programs. Okay. Our version is called Money School Labs. No, the Money School algorithm is a separate price. Okay. Here's what I can promise you up front. You can get the annual subscription for Money School at $249, and the day trading and the algo and you probably gonna spend less than you did on one program. If you did the advanced program, yeah, it's a very high probability. Okay, I made this for y'all. I love you guys. I appreciate every penny and every dollar, but $34.99 and $249 one time for the whole year is not gonna move the needle for me. Okay, so when I say I'm doing this for y'all, like I genuinely set the prices, I created the program, and I'm trading live. I created the algos with y'all in mind because of where I'm from, the community that I represent and that I serve. I take that very seriously. And thank you, Miss Brandy. Thank you for joining Money School. So, everybody don't have certain prices. And I know certain things price certain people out. Now, we will have more expensive programs, obviously, Money School Labs. But I think at a very barrier to entry or low-hanging fruit, everybody, that's why our thing is called access granted. I think everybody should have the opportunity to pay a reasonable price to be able to get this information. And that's what I've done. Okay. And shout out to the team. Okay. But yes, the algorithm is separate fee. The Money School subscription is a separate fee, and the day trading, live trading is a separate fee, but they are all extremely reasonable. So the day trading, is anybody from my team in the Zoom? Can they drop a link? Because I hate to do this. Okay, link is here. Thank you. Link. Drop the link so let me just tell you guys, I wasn't gonna go here yet, but y'all bombarded me with these questions. Okay, so real quick, I will finish the story about the donation. Give me a second. Link, drop in. Yes, you can write those off on your taxes as education. You can. That's a good call out, Latrina. You can write off whatever you spent on any other program as education or continued education. You can write it off on your taxes. Okay. Talk to your tax professional. But yes, put your link. So let me explain it real quick. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna okay, we're not gonna do it right now because we just got in the trade. Let's finish this trade, and I will talk to you guys about the algo, Money School, and the live day trading. Okay, so this is what just happened. The algo had a signal. The market shot up. The algo has now created a sell signal. The sell signal volatility was there, and it sold. So it entered into the trade because all of its parameters were met. Okay, and the entry, the stop loss, the take profit, and all of that was done automatically. And now the algo is going to manage the trade. Okay. All right. So I will let you guys see that. But this is the trade, and you can see that the stop loss is at 160, and the take profits are at 0.80, 0.65, and 0.50. Okay, so you can write those down. Let me just do some things for y'all real quick. Yes, my pleasure. My pleasure. Here we go. Link. Here is a little promo video for you guys. Okay, so that's a little promo video of Money School. You can literally download Money School on your favorite streaming platforms: Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, PlayStation, Xbox. All of these platforms are coming or already available now. You could download Money School in the App Store right on your phone. You could download it Android, Apple. You can download it on your iPad. You can go and watch it on your laptop, computer, et cetera, et cetera. It's literally Netflix for this world, okay? And when you pay $34.99 a month, you get full access to the whole platform. That's why it's no refunds, because we literally give you the whole platform immediately. So I have 10 hours worth of affirmation videos. So each affirmation video is 1 hour where you literally hear me speaking and talking money affirmations. If you already are a member of Money School and you love the money affirmations, give me an explanation in your chat box. We have the financial dictionary where it literally reads off, and we're going to have over 2,000 words in the financial dictionary. Okay, so I think we broke even on that trade because we were already at 62.50. Okay, so we pretty much still at the same place. Okay, 3 trades. So if you are a 3 trade a day max person, those are the 3 trades for the bonds. Okay, so that is the app itself. It's a once a month fee, or it's a 1 time a year fee. Okay, and whichever one you choose, the annual or the monthly, you get full access to the whole app, unlimited, 24 hours a day. You can download it, everything. And in the next couple of weeks, every video was made in 10 different languages, so you can listen to it in your native tongue. And we will be releasing the languages over the next couple of weeks. So I'm stoked about that. Like it's dope. Like literally all my lessons are in Spanish. Spanish, Mandarin, Italian, Russian, Arabic. Like it's dope. Like the shit is fire. Okay. And then, so let's talk about the Money School algo. Okay. So the Money School algo is in TradingView, and you will have it very, very similar, like onboarding process and all that stuff through like the other things that I built, but the calculations and the math and things are different. Okay. Now, I am not going to talk down on anything. I built the other thing, so it works. Y'all making money off of it. Like it's good. This one is better. It's just real simple. Okay. All the other things. It's a more advanced version. It's completely different math, and we're gonna get into it in a second. I actually even have the step-by-step document for you guys for us to review. Okay. Now, so because you guys are asking, let me talk to you guys about what the algo is. Okay. Some of you guys are new, some of you guys are old, some of you guys haven't had the old algo, some of you guys have this algo, some of you guys never got the algo. It is what it is. Okay, here's what I am going to say. Let me pull up the document. Okay, and I'm going to show you literally it's different. Okay. And trust me, we'll get into a lot more trading, and the equity markets are going to be a lot more liquid and a lot more active. So when we get to this 9:30 session, definitely be a lot more active. Okay. So this is the algo, and this is literally the how-to document. Okay. That shows, wait, is that, no, I think it's this one. I got so many tabs open, yo, forgive me, please. Yeah. So this is literally a different version, different upgrades. It tells you, the indicators has the 4 parts, tells you what's different, and it tells you what the entry rules are. It tells you what the exit rules are, tells you what some of the filters are in there. It tells you how the stops are built. Okay. And it literally has all of that in your onboarding step-by-step process. And it has the documents, it'll have the videos, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So as I'm teaching you how to use this algo, you're going to be trading live with me, using it alongside of me. Okay. So if you sign up today for the algo, it is normally $499 a month. If you sign up today, it is $249 a month. Okay, so it's month to month. If you want it, it's $249. Link or Louis, you guys could drop the link in there to be able to sign up if you want it. It's literally half off for the launch of Money School. Okay, so it's traditionally $499 a month. It is now $249 a month. Okay, so you are able to get the whole year of the app for $249. And if you were to, I don't think people will pay. I'm not saying I don't think. If you paid up front $249.99 for the year times 12 is $2,998. So for $3,250, you get the algo for a year and you get the whole app for a year. So this is why I said for the price of one of these programs over here, you get the full algo and you get the full app. Okay, it's half off. So I'm gonna get us back to the trading screen. All right. And yeah, sign up. Link or Louis, please drop the sign up for the algo in the chat box, please. There you go. No link. That is the live trading room link. We need the here. I'll text. Okay, so he's putting all of the links are right there now. So the payment link for the live trading room. Somebody said Nino Brown. Hey, listen. No comment. I'm not even going there. No, I'm not even going there. I'm not going there. All right, so we're gonna share our screen. We're gonna get back to these markets. We're gonna get back to the algos. It is 9 o'clock. We are not in a trade. We're gonna take a break. Now, here's what I will say to you guys, especially when you get ready to see me go into the equities at 9:30. So we'll come back at 9:15 and we'll start our market prep. Okay. At 9:30, I'm going to turn on the live algo here in the $1,000 account. Now, this algo is going to start from 9:30 to the end of day, and it's going to cut off, and it's going to take every trade that it meets the parameters. Okay. And I'm going to walk you through how I set the parameters of setting the algo up. And then when the market closes at 4:15 p.m. today, I'm going to turn the algo on to start at 6 p.m. And then I'm going to let that algo run 23 hours a day, every day. I'm never going to touch it. And we will just track the progress. Now, some of you guys know that for newbies, I teach you shouldn't take more than 3 trades a day. Okay, this is because I want you to learn the skill set. I want you to have patience, self-control, and discipline. I don't want you to spend a lot of money in slippage. I don't want you to spend a lot of money in commissions. I want you to literally learn the skill, right? But my algos are far more advanced than me. We have back tested these things, et cetera, et cetera. Is it going to win every trade? No. Is it going to lose every trade? No. But we have put it in a position to where it can find high probability trades. We put it within the risk parameters of 5% per trade, and we are going to be trading the micros, which gives it an opportunity to run it up. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. Let's take a break. The 9:15 to 11 a.m. room today is completely free. I will see you guys at 9:15. Take a bathroom break, a water break, anything you need. We're going to get to it in these equities. I am looking forward to it. Okay, we went over 3 on the bonds. 3 trades, only down $62.50. No harm, no foul. Okay, very, very, very manageable stuff. So this is also showing you risk parameters is the name of the game. You can have all the money in the world. If you don't have the right risk parameters in there, it ain't gonna be pretty. Okay. All right. So I will see you guys at 9:15. I am going to stop sharing for now, and I will be back at 9:15. Okay. I'll make sure while we take this break, I will make sure that they get the links taken care of for you guys so you guys can sign up. Everybody that signed up for Money School already, thank you. Please, please, please share your feedback. We put a lot of time, energy, and effort in this app. It's already over like 120 videos in the app. It's available everywhere. You can download it. Like I'm not just saying it because it's our baby, but that shit fire. Okay. So I'm gonna work on make sure y'all be able to get the algos. You can buy the pre-sale today. The algo gets released on Sunday, and you can get the pre-sale price. All right. I'll see y'all at 9:15.